Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Wait, turn my fan off now. I mean, it's a horrible day, but I've still got the fan on. To be fair, even if it's winter, I have my fan on. Lady problems. I'll get the chat up and then I can talk to you. So, right, where are we? Where are we? It's a whole. I'll show you what kind of day it is. It's a horrible, horrible day. Again, I got up at 5 o'clock this morning and the rain was pelting down, as we say, pelting. It was pelting down this morning. Have I got the volume down? I have. Good. Oh, my goodness. And then put it on live chat. Live chat, live chat. Got a bit of a sore head though, so I don't know how long this live stream's going to be. And funny enough, my daughter Amanda, she said she's got a sore head. So I'm thinking we need some thunder or something to clear the air. We need the air cleared. And I've got my prop. I'm going to show you my prop. Have I got lipstick on my finger? I have. Look at that. Look, I mean. Good afternoon, lovely Matthew. Hope you're doing good. Oh, that's right. I've got things to say, haven't I? Wait a minute to get my notebook. I've got things to say. I've got people to thank. Now, I love yous all. It doesn't matter if yous are in the wee club or not. I still love yous all. There's my lovely Otter and there's my lovely Arab. Good afternoon, ladies. I love yous all, but I've got to give a shout out to the people that are in my little club. And the more people I get in my club, the more emojis I can make. And I've made some really good ones, especially the other day. I made a finger one, because we all know about the smell my finger game. I made a bottle of Buckfast, that's like Scottish wine, and I done a little Scotland flag as well. So the more people are in the club, the more emojis I can make. So anyway, so the people that are in the club, I give a little shout out on a Saturday. So I would like to say thank you very, very much to lovely Keely. Sweet Ralph, thank you, Ralph. Rose, thank you so much, lovely Rose. Lydia, thank you, Lydia. Christy, thank you so much, lovely Christy. Sweet Joyce, thank you very much. Lovely Savannah, thank you, Savannah. Sloth Queen, thank you so much, Sloth Queen. Phoenix, thank you very much, Phoenix. And last, my beautiful cabin craft room, Elena, thank you so much for being in my little club. Yeah, and you get a wee special badge and all that. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Look there, I've got it on here. Look. I'm loving it myself. I'm absolutely loving the gold palette. I was so happy this morning, sitting putting it on. It's beautiful. I didn't know what to pick, what to dip into. I think I put about 3 or 4 different colours on my eyes, but I really do. I love that kind of colour anyway, and I think I suit it like golds and browns and things like that. So I'm loving that look very much. Yes, Otter, I saved the crow. I saved the crow. So I did. And I know that crows are bad sometimes and crows like kill little birds and stuff. But I was talking to my mum and I could hear all the squawking happening out the back. And I knew right away it was a squawk of something getting pecked. And it was right in the middle of my garden was this wee crow and 3 magpies round about it pecking into it, and it was like that. And I chased the magpies away. I felt good. I always feel good when I save a little life. See, the day that the wasps went, I felt bad. Although I didn't want wasps, I just felt bad about killing the wasps. I don't like killing anything. But I'm glad I saved the crow. Ah, well, I hope it does. I hope it recognised me and thinks that's the lady that saved me. I've got a new bird feeder thing out the back. So I'm getting big fat pigeons and stuff like that. It's great. And then this morning there was about 20 starlings all the way along my fence, all fighting each other to get to the food. Good afternoon, lovely M. I gave you a little shout out a minute ago. I've got my prop. I'm going to show you it. I'm loving it. This is going to be like a full video. I'm going to be using this look. And this is going to be on my wall at Africa there. Right, listen to this. It's a rain stick. It's a rain stick. Good afternoon, lovely Lauren. Good afternoon, lovely Andrea. It's a rain stick, so it sounds like rain. Otterville, I hope they put some diamonds or something. I hope it's some nice sparkly stuff, forgive me. No, it was a shame for it. It was getting ganged up on with the magpies, so it was. It was a terrible squawking. It was the kind of squawking that you knew right away something was dying. I just hope it was all right. I hope I saved it in time. It did actually fly up and sit on the fence afterwards, so hopefully it's okay. I've been playing with this since I got it. So I'm going to be doing a full video with my lovely rain stick. I'm so happy, I love it. And it'll be going up on the wall when I'm not using it. Iona, hello, my day's good. I've got a bit of a sore head though, which isn't good, but it feels as if it's like a headache with the pressure, as if it's ready to thunder and lightning. That's the kind of way it feels. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning, mind you. But I've got a drink here. It's flavouring. I won't lie, won't even lie to you. You know what I'm like. Thank you, sweet Em. I'm glad you like it. I had lots of new products, so I did, so I was enjoying. I love sitting there putting makeup on you. Thank you, sweet odds. These are all beautiful. Okay, I take a drink of my flavourings. Let's get this. Yes, Otter, see how I saved the crow? The day before, I almost killed a squirrel though. But it didn't kill, it ran out right in front of the car. I was doing 50 miles an hour as well. So you can't really slam your brakes on or swerve at that speed. So I just screamed and went for it. But I looked in my rear view mirror and we were all right, luckily enough. I hate that though, when the wee creatures run out. Do you know what I mean? It would save me from getting them lipstick on my own teeth. I don't know how many videos I've actually done but thinking I've got lipstick on my teeth. That's just what happens. It's real life. It's real life. I've got 2 lazy doggies here. Look at these wee babies. Now they've got lots of dog beds. There's lots of dog beds. Look, he's on my cardigan. Babies. I hope yous are all doing good. Yeah, my wee darlings. I love them so much. Yes, my babies. So as I say, I don't know how long this is going to be, this live stream, because I'm not feeling it today. But as I say, I've got a sore head. I've got a bit of a sore head today. Yes, Irn-Bru tastes, it doesn't taste like anything you've tasted before. You can't compare it to like cola or lemonade or anything. It's got its own special taste. Oh, I know, where would I be without my babies? They've got me through some right bad times, so they do. It's funny how dogs, cats as well, can feel they're humans when they're not feeling right. They know, they're all, see if I'm feeling bad, they're all over me. They're right, they want in my face. So they do, when I'm not feeling it. But I'll show you what I'm watching now. I'm frightening myself, quite frankly. Right, I'll show you this. See this lady. What's the name of this documentary? Look, she's got aliens, see them in the background? I poke their eyes right out like that. What's the name of this? Extraordinary. The Seeding. Don't be even trying it with seeds. Aliens. Don't even try it. That's what I'm watching right now. That's what I'm watching. And I was laughing this morning because on Facebook, someone had put this thing that in deep space they found this square object. Now, you don't find square objects really in nature, right? Or space or stuff like that. You don't really find square things. It's always round. And they found this square object in space. And someone had wrote August, who had the Borg for August. You know how the Borg from Star Trek? Good afternoon, lovely Phoenix. Yes, Otter, they know as soon as I'm feeling bad. I've got just a bit of a sore head, but I think it's the wet, because my daughter Amanda said to me she had a sore head, and I've got a bit, and probably flavouring's not the best thing to have, but I'm having it. I have watched The Haunting of Hill's House. I watched it all. That is the guy that used to be the wee boy in E.T. That was great. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was really, really quite jumpy as well, wasn't it? I like that as well when it's... But just now it's like true... This is true stories about people being abducted. Right now I can say I've never been abducted. They know better. And it's people, and they've been put through hypnosis and stuff like that, and they're going through what's happened to them aboard these spacecrafts. Not one of them has said they tried to poke an eye, so I think I've got the upper hand here. Yes, Elisa. Rose, I like spooky, frightening kind of thing. I like all that kind of ghost and paranormal, all that kind of stuff. Thank you, Iona. I don't even notice my laugh. I don't know if it's a good laugh or not. Sometimes it can be a loud laugh. See, some ladies have got a laugh like that, and I'm like, I'm like that. Ooh, Utopia. I wonder if I've seen that. I'm not sure if I've seen that, Ian. I'll need to have a look. That's Amazon I'm watching this thing on. Oh, see, that would frighten you if you're hard of hearing. See, my dad's the same. My dad doesn't, see when my dad's talking to you as well, he shouts, he doesn't realise that he's really, really loud. So sometimes my dad tells jokes, but they're more of the blue nature kind of jokes. And he tells them, like my ex-husband and stuff like that, and he doesn't realise that he's very, very loud. So I'm in hospital, for instance, and he's telling these jokes and they're very loud. All the ward can hear and the nurses outside can hear the joke, and I'm sitting like this. Going, Dad, you're shouting. But it's a shame because my dad's got hearing aids and stuff, and a lot of times you can hear it going ee, whistling and stuff like that in his ear, and he's always like that. And so yeah, that's a shame. Yes, see, my dad's like that. He shouts, but he's not shouting at you. He's just, he thinks he's talking absolutely normal, but he doesn't realise that he's shouting. But he is, he is shouting, and it's a wee shame for him. I know what it's. See when you get blocked. See, this is that. See when people get blocked ears and stuff like that. If you've got a cold, you realise what it's like if you've not got your hearing, and it can be really frightening because you can't hear if the doors went, you can't hear noises. So I understand them that it must be frightening, like films like that. Otter's your dad the same? I don't know if my dad. I can't even remember if my dad's got one in each ear or not. I think he's only got one in one ear. Lisa, yes. See, my dad was giving me a beamer when he's telling jokes in the hospital. You know what I mean? And thinking that he's been nice and quiet, and the whole ward and outside, the doctors, nurses, and everybody can hear the joke. And it's the kind of joke that you don't want others hearing. You know, it's like a family kind of joke. Good afternoon, lovely vegan dolls. Or good morning, wherever you are. Thank you, sweet Sandra. Did you speak for the new people coming in? This is what a little look at what a video I'm going to do. Listen to this. It's a rain stick. I'm going to do a video with that, and it's just really going to be that. I won't really be talking in it. So it'll be the kind of video that you can lie with your eyes shut, because I'll not be doing anything, but just listen to the nice sounds. I'll probably do maybe like a 20-minute video or something like that. With just this sound. Just really slow. I love it. See, it's wood as well, so I like tapping on it too, but I think I'll just do the rain sound. I don't know, we might do some tapping in it, but I've been sitting listen, I got this morning and I've been sitting playing with it. I've been playing with it all morning and afternoon now. I love it. Yes, Sandra. I've been sitting putting it next to my ear and doing it. And my mum didn't know what a rain stick was either, so I had to Skype her and go, look at my rain stick. I said to my son and he went, we had a big one in school. I was like, oh, did you? I didn't see. I didn't know about them until recently. Do you know what I've got? I've got a maraca as well, so I might put in the maraca as well. Might have that and the maraca. It'll be a nice sounding video anyway that I'll be doing. But I must admit, see the honey palette. Oh my goodness, it's. Yes, shake your maracas. I've not got any maracas left. Apart from the one I bought. There's no maraca shaking in this house. No maracas. I'm maraca-less. Listen, it doesn't bother me that I've not got any maracas. It doesn't bother me, so don't ever feel bad for me or anything like that. I'm fine. Do you know what? This is the truth. Now, we're going on, what, many years? 6 years since I got the maracas taken off. Yes, it's been about 6 years since I got them taken off. And it's been great because I've never needed to wear a bra, right? I can just put on t-shirts and everything. And see, when it's hot, I used to have terrible boob rash, let's say, like underneath the boobies when it was hot and stuff like that. So I've not got any of that anymore. So there's pros and cons. Iona, I hope you enjoy it. I've got some new things that are making nice new sounds. I like to try and make some new sounds every time I do a makeup video, so that you've got something different every time. So I had, I've got this little container. It's got like a, do you know what it's like? See, like the bun things that you put in your hair? It's kind of like that inside, but you use it for your brush to take off excess shadow. and use the brush again. That makes great sounds. So I've done some sounds with that. Oh, I'm glad that's what you like, Sandra. Yes, Phoenix, see, I'm glad about that. I don't have any boob rash. Yes, Elisa, see, you've got to look that the glass is half full. Uh, Not unless it's this glass. This glass has always got to be full with flavouring on a Saturday. But I think I'll just be having one today, which is. I was planning on more. I was planning the whole party, but I don't know. My head's a bit sore. Oh, I remember because I had really big breasts as well. I had really, I was like a 42E or something. I was like a big booby person. And God knows how much they weighed. They must have weighed about a stone in weight together. And cut them. See, I'm actually gouged. See, oh no, I won't show you. But they've look. See, you can see a bit there. They've gouged, and so I've actually get lots. See, there we go. There's a wee bit. That's what I'm allowed on YouTube. They've gouged into me as well. So they've cut into me like that. So it's not pretty. It's not like some women I see their scars and it's like a pretty little scar, pretty little scar. Mine's is brutal. Mine's is absolute brutal where they've been gouging into my body. But see, that was it. The cancer, when they found the cancer, they say I had three mastectomy, three what do you call it, the boob scan thing that you're flat as a pancake. I had three of them, right? I didn't pick them up, but when they done the CT scan and everything, they said that the tumor was so deep inside my body that's why it didn't pick up mammogram. That's why it never picked it up. So they've actually gouged into me. So it's not pretty at all. But see if I got a tattoo there, it would be quite nice. That's what I'm thinking, tattoos or something. I don't know if I could because the skin's really thin there as well, and I don't want to annoy it, for goodness sake. I want to leave it as it is. But I do always check round about my body, make sure that I'm okay. But it's not pretty. It's not, they didn't do a nice incision there, nice incision, cut into me like that. Yes, Otter, at least they can't. That was the main thing that they got all the cancer, and they did. In fact, when they had a look at the boob swab or whatever, they found a few other cells that were infected. So I'm glad they got me when they did. Yes, Phoenix, but the problem with my cancer was it had actually started to spread. So it spread from the boob into my lymph nodes. So that's how they to take out all the lymph nodes in my arms and stuff. But I'm going on like 7 years now, 6, 7 years, so we're doing good. I'm living on borrowed time. That's the way I feel. That's why I enjoy myself every day. I thank God for giving me another day. That's what I do. Yes, always check your boobies. Always, and gentlemen as well, check your testicles as well. That's very, very important. And it doesn't take that long. See, when you're in the bath or shower, just giving yourself a wash, that's probably the best time because your hand's full of soap and it's easy to go round about. Just if a wee feel, just make sure everything's in order. Very important. And ladies as well, you know about your smear test and all that. It's very important. Amber Lynn Reid, I don't know if you've been watching Amber Lynn Reid, but I know people don't like her and all the rest of it, but the girl's just had a hysterectomy. They found cancer in her womb and they've took away her womb, her ovaries, the whole thing's been taken away. And I think they're doing a check on her lymph nodes. See, as soon as I hear lymph nodes, I'm like, oh, because before I even knew I had cancer, they said there was abnormal sized lymph nodes. I didn't know what a lymph node was, so straight away I Google it and wish I didn't. Yes, Lisa, I'm not allowed to have anything tight round my wrists. See, these are quite loose. They said even like a elastic band, I'm not allowed to have a bag round my wrist or anything like that. I'm never allowed like injections in this arm. I can in this arm, but not in this arm. My blood pressure, I can't have that in this arm. I can have it on this arm, but not in that arm. So, yes, lymphoma. Do you know what happens? A few times I have actually scratched my arm or banged my arm, and see inside you, it's like your muscle, it's like hardness in your muscle, and it swells up. So it does. It swells up. It's never swollen up really, really bad, but it could do. So I've got to be careful with that kind of thing. And see, putting my Christmas tree up, that's when I get it the worst, because you're always getting scratches and things like that, and that's when I notice it. So, and I'm not allowed any tattoos or anything on my arms, and I always wanted to get them fixed. See, they're kind of patchy. I always wanted to get them fixed, but I can't. So, but I'm living, I mean, that's the main thing. The main thing is I'm still alive. And I found, oh, I'll need to read that to you one day if you are interested. I found my chemotherapy diary, and it's got the names of all the chemo, because I had two different kinds of chemotherapy. One was the Red Devil, they call it. That's it. That's not the medical name for it. One's called the Red Devil. It looks like blood. And then the second one was like a clear chemotherapy that they gave me. So it's got all the names and the dosage and everything like that that they put into me. But Amberlynn Reid, I mean, she won't be watching my channel, but I've wrote on a few things that if she ever wanted to talk, she can talk to me. I sometimes see talking to someone that's been through it. Sometimes it helped me. See, when I found out, it helped me talking to other people that were going through that kind of thing, and you know, and being brutally honest. And see, when my brother got cancer and he was saying to me, what's chemotherapy and all that, like I said, I'm not even going to lie, it's hell. Oh my goodness. See, and John Travolta's wife there died. She was only she battled it for 2 years. That kind of got to me, so it did. Because I'm thinking I'm going on 7 years now. So it's it's the hardest battle you ever fight. But Amberlynn Reid, I don't know if she's going to have to go through the chemotherapy and the radiotherapy. I think maybe the hysterectomies took all. Hopefully that's took all the cancer out. But see, cancer doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter if you look at John Travolta's got. He's a multi-millionaire. Doesn't matter if you've got money. It doesn't matter your race, your religion, your age. For instance, one time I felt actually like slapping myself because of this. It was after the chemotherapy, I went for the radiotherapy. That's what's gave me that wee mark there. And they give you a wee tattoo here. So they do. And the funny thing was, they said to me, do you mind if we give you a tattoo? It's to line you up in the machine, right? And I'm thinking, I've got tattoos everywhere, batter on in. What are you going to give me? Skull and crossbones. But it's just a tiny little dot that they line you up in the machine. But anyway, one day I was going for that, and I was feeling sorry for myself. I was feeling sorry for myself. I was thinking, shame for me. My goodness, look at me. What a shame. I feel so sad for myself. And down comes this young girl. She must have been about 12 or 13 or something like that. And she comes down and she's in a hospital bed and she's got a scarf on. She's the same as me. So obviously she's had the chemotherapy. And she was sitting and she was talking to the nurses. She was going in next to get radiotherapy. And she said, it's my birthday today. Well, see, even that chokes me to this day thinking about that. And that's how I felt to myself. Look at that young girl there. young girl going in and she's all happy it's her birthday, and I'm sitting here like a big dafty, feeling sorry for myself. So that was I pulled myself out of that situation. I never felt sorry for myself again. That brought me down to earth to see the reality that what was going about there. Yes, Alisa, I know. I've lost a lot of family members through cancer. It's this sooner they get, you know, a cure, the better. And that's another thing that I didn't know. I didn't know there was all different kinds. This is how naive I was. And when they said to me that they knew I had cancer, but they didn't know what kind it was because they found that the lymph node that had cancer in it, but they didn't. That wasn't the primary tumor, and they could tell that some way, and they didn't know where the primary was. And I was thinking, what do you mean? What kind? Cancer's cancer. I didn't know that there was all these different cancers. And even then, see if someone else has got breast cancer, depending on where their cancer is and such, they switch up. Maybe somebody will have radiotherapy first, then chemotherapy, and then their operation. It's just the mix and match it to you. That's what your oncologist does. So if Amberlyn Reid's watching this, I'm on Facebook if you're ever needing to chat to someone that's been through it and out. This is it. I'm out the other end. So never see if MD that's in your family or you or MD that's got cancer. Never give up. Never throw in the towel. Fight it. Absolutely fight it. To you know. That's what I done, and here I am sitting here with you, drinking my flavouring, and the sun's came out. Look at that. It's beautiful. A beaut. Listen, we live in a beautiful world, and everybody should take a step back and have a look at the beautiful things in this world. Free things, not stuff, not like a Louis Vuitton bag or anything like that. Free stuff like nature, trees. As I said, see the wind on your face. I used to have a lot of time in hospitals when I was a child. And that was something that I always remember. And funny enough, the astronauts talk about this as well. See, when you're in a sterile environment and then eventually you're allowed out, see the smell of the earth. It's amazing. You don't realise that the earth smells. There's a beautiful smell, and the wind on your face. It's just amazing, and lights and stuff like that. It's just it's beautiful. Yes, Phoenix, the beautiful, beautiful stars in the sky, the sun setting, things like that. That's absolutely free. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Otter, thank you for coming in. Everyone, please check out Otter's channel. She's got the most amazing voice, way nicer than mine. Thank you, sweet Otter. Have a lovely day. Oh, that's that's it. See when it's children, when it's that's how I had to slap myself and pull myself back into gear when I was feeling sorry for myself. But I cried about it. Probably 2 days. 2 days I cried about the cancer. The first day they told me, and the second day, and then I never shed a tear. I thought it's getting nothing off me. Yes, Elisa, I know, but the thing is, they've got to try and aim their bottom into this kind of tube thing as well to get rid of waste. I wouldn't like to try it. And then I think about like females up there, like personal hygiene products for females when they're up in the space station, and how does that work? I would still go. See if they let me, I would still go up, but there's no chance. I did apply. I swear to you, that's true. I did apply to NASA, and I got the nice letter back saying, sorry, but your application was unsuccessful. And I was thinking, I've got shop experience. I thought they would have snapped me up. I've got some experience working in a shop. Oh, Oh, I know. See that? I've thought about that. Say you haven't nipped it. As we say, you've not nipped it right, and it's in the space. That there must be a whole situation there. Do you know, I did see a situation though, I don't know if anybody else picked this up, but when Doug and Bob were going up in the SpaceX, can't remember if it was Doug or Bob, but one of them looked as if they were felt a wee bit sick, and he kept wiping his head, and all of a sudden you just see this tiny little droplet floating about like this. It was sweat, and one of the other astronauts caught it like that. So even just sweat floating about, you know, could get into all the machines. What if you fart in your spacesuit? It's just going to go round and round. It might. Depends. Phoenix depends how powerful your fart is, but that would see. This is the stuff NASA needs to find out that we want to know. This is the real stuff we want to know. This is the real stuff that people want to find out about space. They should have someone like me up there that's doing the real work. They can do all the stuff with plants and stuff like that. I'll be over here testing farts if you don't mind. I'll be drinking loads of iron brew just to get really, really gassy to try my experiment. And then, weep, that was a wee one, write that down. How far did I go? I would love that job. I would do that. Thank you, Somaya. See, doing a nasty in space, it's one of yous, or maybe, I don't know how, I'm thinking one of yous would definitely need to be tied down to something, because so it'd be a bit like bondage here going on, because if you pushed, the other person's just going to push away, so there'd be nothing really happening. You'd be trying for stuff to happen, but you would just be floating about. So someone's going to need to be restrained. I wonder if it would work like that. I don't know. Maybe you would need somebody else. Maybe you'd need two other people like pushing them together. Maybe it should be like a 4-person job. I don't see. The mind boggles. The mind boggles. I would do that experiment. NASA. NASA, if you're watching, I'm your lady for that job. See, that's the real quiet. Phoenix, exactly. I mean, they're doing plants and all that, how to make water and stuff like this on a planet. We want to know about farts and bodily functions here, NASA. So, they should, well, I might send this live stream to them. Answer these questions, NASA. This is the real people. This is what we want to know. I wonder if anybody's done it in space. See, they wouldn't come out and tell us, but... I wonder if it would be cosmic. I wonder if it would be here, I need that job, let's face it. I'm an old lady here and I need that kind of job. You definitely, someone would need a harness. So someone would need a harness. I don't know, you would need somebody pushing as well. There'd need to be it would need to be like a 4-person job, I'm thinking. I wouldn't mind that though. I'm not bothered about that. I would put my hand up and say I'll do that task. See, that's another thing. You would not to be too graphic about it, but bodily fluids and stuff like that. That's a concern. As I said, that guy's sweat was just like going about the cabin like that. So we wouldn't want anything else, would we? Floating about. And, can you imagine it? Just see, I'm going to balk. Oh, aye. No, NASA, we want answers to that. That's, as Elisa says, that's bogging. We need to know. We need to know what's going on in that space. What's going on up there in that space station, for heaven's sake. They've got some Bob and Doug. I need to talk to yous. I know. I know. See, I'm not sure if I would do. See, I wouldn't do porn as such, but I would do experiments. If it was an experiment, then that's all right. I wouldn't mind that kind of thing. But I'm not. Not for the other thing. But if it was an experiment and it was benefiting mankind, who am I to say no to some kind of really important experiment that will benefit mankind? I'm going to be doing my bit for the community. I'll do it. Oh. D-mess, no way. See, I've touched a bit of the moon, yes, and the bit of the moon is in Kennedy Space Centre. And here I tried to prize. Now that I'm not proud of this, right, and I don't know what came over me. Sometimes things come over me like I've got a story that, listen, see if I forget. Tell me to tell you about my granny's funeral, right? It's not sad. Oh, right, so I'll go back. So I was in Kennedy Space Centre. And I don't steal things, right? I've never been one for stealing anything because I'm frightened, right, for one. Two, it's the wrong thing to do. But when I was in NASA, it was like something else possessed me. And they had this big glass case and you could put your fingers up like that and then in, and there's a bit of the moon right there that you could touch. And I was looking about and going like that and trying to prise it up. I don't know what I was going to do if I did prise it up. Was I going to go like that and take it and put it in my pocket? I don't know. I don't think I'd be that. I don't know what I was trying to do. I tried to prise it up anyway, but it wouldn't come up. It was glued. It was glued down. They had some Gorilla Glue on it or something like that, so you could have a wee feel at the moon, but that was it. So, see, something comes over me some of the time. I think sometimes I channel people. This sounds weird, but my granny's funeral, and I'm sure my granny possessed me at her funeral. I'm sure of it. First of all, when we went into it was a chapel. When we went into the chapel, there was a huge big door on this chapel, and see on the ground there was scrape marks where this door you had to force it open to get in and force it open. It wasn't a flimsy door. I mean, as I said, there was scrape marks of the door on the ground with this big heavy door. So we were walking into chapel and this wee old lady was in front of me and she was walking in and this door came and smacked her on the face. I was going, oh, and she was going, oh, like that. And I'm going, are you all right? And everything. I'm looking at her and you okay? Is your nose all right? I'm looking at her. And she was crying and stuff. And I said, you all right? And everything. She went, I'm okay, I'm okay. So she went in and my mum said to me, your granny hated her. Your granny hated that wee lady. And I thought, oh, Gran. Right, immediately I thought, my gran done that. My gran slammed that door on that wee lady's face. So we get into the chapel and I'm sitting and my granny's there in the coffin and everything, but everything's going on, the priest doing a little mass. And my uncle's sitting in front of me and he's got the tiniest little spider and it's crawling up on him like this. And I'm looking at I'm forgetting what's going on there. I'm watching this spider and it's making a web. And it's climbing up my Uncle Arthur like that and he's doing stuff like this. Right, and he's missing it. And it goes on his ear and it starts spinning a little web on his ear. So I start laughing and try to control myself. My brother is next to me and he's nudging me like that. And I'm going, oh, like that. And I'm watching the spider. I'm going, like that. And then going, and I'm saying to yourself, Linda, that's your granny lying there dead. Stop it. Stop the laughter. And I was like, right, we're all right. Right, we're okay. And then back, and there's like 3 webs down for his ear like that. And I'm going, like that. But this people are turning around and looking. It was so loud, people are turning around and looking at me like that. It was terrible. It was terrible. So that whole mass, I don't know what that man said about my granny, but I'm sure she possessed me. Because normally I would go, Uncle Arthur, you've got a little spider on you there, you know. But I said nothing. I just watched this spider making webs. on him. Like that. I was like, oh my god. Oh. I'm sure I always felt myself, I felt possessed. I felt as if my granny was, because I'm saying to yourself, stop laughing. And the more I was saying stop laughing, the more I was going, that's not something that you should be doing at a funeral. So that happened. And I'm sure it was her. I'm sure it was my granny messing with me. But there was people that I'd never seen at my gran's. There was people, sometimes you get people that gate crash funerals, believe it or not. And they go to funerals to get a meal and booze and stuff like that. I'm telling you, it's a thing. So I'm I'm laughing and there's people turning around and looking at me. And I felt like saying, who are you? I've never seen you at my granny's. I thought I better stop myself. Don't be having a fight in the chapel. Oh, Lisa, I know it was something else. It was the most bizarre funeral I've ever been to, but I'm telling you, I felt as if she was there. I mean, going in the door and that big, huge, heavy door slammed in that old lady's face. That was just going in. I was going, oh my God, and I'm looking at the door and I'm going, how did that? Everybody's going, how did that happen? I'm telling you, it was weird. This big, heavy door, poor old lady got it. And my mum said to me, your granny hated her. So I don't know what she was doing at the funeral. I felt, after that, she said, what are you doing at my granny's funeral? I thought, don't be confronting people today. So there you go. It's another story. Another story. See, that's it. Some people do. Some people look for funerals to go to. That I'm telling you, these people had never seen at my granny's, because my granny ended up in like a nursing home at the end, and she had cancer and all this kind of stuff. I'd never seen these people up visiting my granny ever. I don't know who these people were, and but saying that, I was laughing. I would judge see if I was at a funeral and somebody's laughing, I'm going to be judging them. I'm going to be giving them the disapproving eye look. That's what I'm going to be doing. I don't know why I didn't just say, there's a spider on you. Instead of watching it, the whole mass, I was watching this thing. This thing was making a full-on web. I'm telling you. From my uncle's ear right down his shoulder, it was like a full-on web this thing was making. I'm thinking, how can he not feel that? Oh no, see, I hate funerals, but this was, I honestly feel as if I was possessed. It was so inappropriate. It was that kind of laughter that you're saying into yourself, stop laughing. And the more you're saying it into yourself, the more you're laughing. It was terrible. That was terrible. So anyway, I think I'm going to go now because I'm nearly finished my flavouring. I might not even finish it because I've got a sore head. And I'm going to take all of this off, put my pyjamas on and watch more scary stuff on my laptop. So thank you all very much for coming in and spending time with me today. I hope you have a lovely, lovely Saturday, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye everyone.